Have you ever walked into a place that felt bigger than the thing it was built to sell? A place where every shelf, every model, every tiny brick seemed to hold a story. That's exactly how I felt the moment I stepped into a Lego store. At first, it looked like any other toy store. Children laughing, families building together, towering creations that somehow started with the very same tiny brick. Dinosaurs, race cars, castles, entire worlds, all built from pieces small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. As I wandered through the store, something unexpected caught my attention. Locked inside a glass display sat a single brick. It wasn't colorful. It wasn't polished. In fact, it didn't even look like plastic. It looked old, worn, almost forgotten. Why would a company worth billions proudly display something so ordinary? I stepped closer. The room around me suddenly grew quiet. That tiny brick wasn't just another exhibit. It was the beginning of a story. A reminder that every giant success starts with something incredibly small. Before I could even write another note, the floor beneath me seemed to disappear. The bright lights faded. The shelves dissolved into darkness. The laughter of children slowly vanished. Then, everything changed. It felt as if history itself had opened a doorway. When I looked around again, I wasn't standing inside a Lego store anymore. I had somehow traveled back to Denmark, nearly 100 years into the past. The streets were peaceful. Simple homes lined quiet cobblestone roads. There were no giant toy stores, no colorful Lego boxes, no famous red logo. Just a small village, completely unaware that it was about to change the world. Following the sound of tools striking wood, I found a small workshop. Inside stood a quiet carpenter named Ole Kirk Christiansen. He wasn't trying to build a global company. He wasn't chasing fame. He was simply trying to make an honest living for his family. Patiently, he carved every toy by hand. Wooden ducks, tiny trucks, pull toys. Every piece was shaped with incredible care and attention. Watching him work, it became clear that he wasn't just making toys. He was building trust. Then, everything changed. One night, a fire broke out. Within moments, flames swallowed the workshop. The place where every toy had been carved by hand was disappearing before his eyes. The entire town watched in silence as years of hard work burned to the ground. The next morning, nothing remained except ash, smoke, and broken memories. Standing there, it was impossible not to wonder, would this be the end of the story? For most people, it probably would have been. But not for Ole. Instead of giving up, he chose to begin again. Most people would have walked away. After losing everything, starting over would have seemed impossible. But Ole Kirk Christiansen believed that quality wasn't built by circumstances. It was built by determination. Piece by piece, beam by beam, the workshop slowly came back to life. But then, another decision arrived, one that would change Lego forever. A strange new machine rolled into the workshop. Unlike anything the workers had ever seen, it wasn't built to carve wood. It was built to mold plastic. At the time, plastic wasn't trusted. To many people, it felt cheap, temporary, a poor replacement for handcrafted wooden toys. It was an enormous risk. The company had only just recovered from disaster. Now, they were preparing to gamble everything once again. But progress has always demanded difficult choices. The first plastic bricks weren't perfect. They were simple, basic. Nothing about them suggested they would one day become one of the world's most iconic toys. But Ole and his team saw something others didn't. They weren't just making another toy. They were creating a system, a way for children to build, take apart, and build again. Not once, not twice, but endlessly. That single idea changed everything. Soon, the machines were running every day. bright plastic bricks began replacing stacks of wooden toys. The workshop was transforming before everyone's eyes. But one important problem still remained. The bricks looked promising, yet they didn't stay together very well. Children could stack them, but the slightest movement sent everything crashing down. If Lego wanted to succeed, that problem had to be solved. So the engineers went back to work. For years, they experimented with different shapes, different dimensions, different internal designs. Every tiny adjustment mattered. Finally, they discovered the answer. Small hollow tubes hidden underneath each brick. It seemed like a tiny engineering change, but it completely transformed how the bricks connected. Now, they clicked together firmly, strong enough to build towering creations, yet easy enough for children to pull apart and rebuild. That simple locking system became the heart of Lego. It wasn't just another toy anymore. It had become an endless building system, where imagination was the only limit. Children quickly noticed the difference. Their creations stood taller, lasted longer, and grew more ambitious with every new idea. The invention spread faster than anyone could have imagined. What began inside a small Danish workshop was now finding its way into homes across Europe, then across the world. Factory floors became busier than ever. Machines ran day and night. Thousands of bricks rolled off the production lines, each one made with the same precision, each one perfectly compatible with every brick that came before it. That wasn't an accident. As production increased, so did imagination. Toy stores filled with colorful sets, families gathered around tables. Children weren't just following instructions anymore. They were inventing entire worlds, castles, cities, space stations, pirate ships. Everything began with the same simple idea: build whatever you can imagine. But success can sometimes become its own biggest challenge. The more successful Lego became, the more ideas poured into the company. Every team wanted something new. New themes, new characters, new shapes, new parts, new products. Innovation had always been Lego's greatest strength. But now, it was becoming difficult to control. Design departments became crowded with endless concepts. Meetings stretched for hours. Shelves filled with products that looked completely different from one another. Instead of making building easier, many new pieces could only be used for a single purpose. The beautiful simplicity that made Lego special was slowly disappearing. Inside the company, few people noticed the warning signs. Sales still looked healthy. Stores were still full. Children still loved Lego. But underneath the surface, something wasn't right. Costs continued to rise. Factories became more complicated. Warehouses filled with products that weren't selling fast enough. The company had become incredibly successful. Yet, somehow, it was also becoming increasingly fragile, without realizing it. Lego was building something far more dangerous than a toy. It was building complexity, and complexity would soon push the company to the edge of collapse. By the early 2000s, the impossible was becoming reality. Lego, the company that had inspired generations, was now fighting for its own survival. People began asking a question that once seemed unthinkable. Could Lego actually go bankrupt? Inside the company, there was only one choice. Something had to change. Fast. A new leadership team stepped in, not to reinvent Lego, but to rediscover it. Instead of chasing every new idea, they asked a much simpler question. What made people fall in love with Lego in the first place? The answer wasn't hidden inside complicated products. It wasn't found in hundreds of specialized pieces. It had always been there, right from the beginning. One brick, endless possibilities. The company began removing distractions. Projects that no longer made sense were quietly discontinued. Complexity gave way to simplicity. Every decision was measured against one principle. Does this inspire creativity? If the answer was no, it didn't belong. The focus shifted back to what Lego had always done best: building, imagining, creating. Slowly, customers began to notice the difference. The products felt familiar again, simple, timeless, and endlessly compatible. Standing there, looking at that single brick inside the display case, I finally understood why it was there. It wasn't just the first brick. It represented every setback, every difficult decision, every risk, and every comeback that made Lego what it is today. It's easy to admire success when you only see the finished masterpiece. But every masterpiece begins the same way, with a single piece, a single decision, a single step forward. Ole Kurt Christiansen lost his workshop. He lost years of hard work. He faced uncertainty twice, yet he chose to build again. And because he did, billions of people discovered the joy of creating something from almost nothing. The next time you hold a Lego brick, remember, you're not just holding a toy, you're holding nearly a century of resilience, innovation, and imagination. Because the greatest things in life aren't built overnight. They're built one brick at a time.